Alright, so this is Speed Demon 03. And here's a funny story. So I recorded the whole first episode of this about 5 minutes ago. And when I hit my timer to tell me that, well, you know what, I'm done talking, I realized that I didn't even press record. So we're going to try this again. If I sound a little upset, I really apologize. But hey, this is a playthrough. I haven't done a playthrough in a long time because, well, hey, PhD got in the way. So, yes, PhD meaning Doctor of Philosophy. So, I'm tired of doing work. So I wanted to play some games, and I thought, hey, how about I play with my buddies? So let's get on it. I love Tropico 5. It's an awesome simulation city building game, but it also gives you a lot of missions that make it feel like an RTS. And it gives you the ability to, you know, build cities. And well, I love city builders, but I also love city builders that have a purpose. So let's get to it. Let me just check to see if I'm actually recording this time. I am. Awesome. So, new game, campaign, changing the world. We're gonna pick King Dream again. Now, I'm not going to build a character because I already built a character in the last one, but for lack of a better term, he's an altruist. I'm going to shut up and let you listen to this guy talk.
New world, new opportunities, no limits. This island of mine could become anything.
Well, it's really my island.
It could be a farmer's heaven, the fields reaching the horizon, and the markets full of people.
That is a possibility. Really.
Or it could be a production powerhouse with chimneys reaching the sky and docks busy with all sorts of exotic goods.
Now that's what I'm talking about. I like that idea.
Or it could be the paradise on earth, a magnet for travelers from all over the world, a place for fiesta and fun.
Yeah, that does sound good.
We're docking the ship, sir.
I don't know. I like production.
But now, he's just a dirt poor piece of land in the middle of the ocean.
Ain't that the truth?
Let's make it shine.
Alright. So, with my saltiness, I'm going to tone it down. Because, well, I'm a little salty about talking to you guys for 20 minutes. You'll never hear those words. But, for lack of a better term, I like playing all my video games on Iron Man mode. I am a Europa Universalis player. I might not play online like DDR Jake or Roomba, but ho, you just wait and see. I'm not too much into exploits, but exploits are really nice when you're trying to get around the constraints of the vanilla game. In Tropico 5, we will try to limit the amount of exploits we do as much as possible because, well, this game is a really simple game. What makes the game difficult is not knowing what you truly need. And, like any Caribbean nation, as I would know because I am Latino, this game needs large amounts of dinero. Without money, you will fail. So, we have our economic difficulty very high, our political difficulty very high, and our disasters occasional. Because, well, I want to be able to finish the game within a time period feasible to the constraints that YouTube has placed on me. So, of the two islands that we have to pick from, Cayo de Fortuna and Bao Bao, I will pick Bao Bao. And the reason why is because Bao Bao looks more barren than Cayo de Fortuna. That is not to say that it is. When I say barren, bear in mind that I am heavily averse to plantations. Because plantations don't produce goods at a rate fast enough to make adequate income. So, Bao Bao has very good farmland. However, Cayo de Fortuna has mines. We're not going to cheat just yet. We're going to save this one for later because when the missions get harder, Cayo de Fortuna will get harder. Bao Bao it is. Let's go. I also like these little quotes they put at the bottom. A lot of information that you wouldn't already know otherwise. It's pretty cool, actually. Alright. He's going to talk some more. I'm going to let him talk.
Ah, the Caribbean, a lush and untamed land. My new home.
Well, my home.
Beautiful and full of promise. A new beginning, far from the politics of the old world. A chance to start fresh and do things my way.
Well, my way, actually.
I'm tired of the musty weather and rigid thinking back home. I need a change.
He is talking my language.
I was appointed governor of this island. Not that anyone else wanted the job anyway. My unique approach to government will make this colony the most prosperous in the Caribbean.
Well, my unique approach.
How hard can it be? You just need some planks, a few nails, and a trusty advisor to shout at.
Kinda sure it's gonna be a little harder than that. But it will be easier
Welcome
than
to the
maybe.
Caribbean, Governor. Allow me to introduce myself, Lord Oaksworth, His Majesty's emissary to the region.
Lord Oaksworth. Alright, so this guy. Sometimes he helps you, sometimes he doesn't. He's actually a pretty good advisor because he gives you information when you truly need it. Unfortunately, Lord Oaksworth is neutral. So he really doesn't give you the advice you need when you need it. He's just more like an alert system. And tells you whatever the Regencies want. Alright, so look, there I am. Oh, President.
Elections? What elections?
So let's pause the game and let's talk about me, right? Because it's all about me. Juanito King Dream. So I should have said Juanito Rey Dream, but it's okay. I am the dictator of this island as the governor. Granted, I know it's the colonial area, but I have a very snazzy Caribbean suit on. I have no dosh in my bank account, and I am an altruist. The reason why I picked being an altruist is because of this global effect. Grant $2,000 bonus starting money. That is immense. Without that income, this first mission would take a lot longer than one year doing. Being a manager is also a new feature in Tropico, and it increases the wealth for 20% of the workers in the building. So if I decided to pick another part of my dynasty to run one of my missions, and I used him as a manager in one of my buildings, he would increase the wealth of the workers by 20%. Now, I like my workers on my islands to be extremely wealthy. And the reason why I say that is because, well, wealth begets wealth. What that means is, if they have money, I have money, because I'm taking their money from them. So a couple of key points here. I am highly averse to farms. I've said this already multiple times. I will say it again. I am averse to farms. The reason why I'm averse to farms is because they're iffy. As we look, this is a corn farm. And right now, the land is very nice. If I start building other buildings around this farm, this land will not be as nice. As such, there is no way for this plantation as it is right now to increase the value of this land. So what I would need to do is invest in research points, which I will do eventually, or build this in an area where I will not get the depreciation of farmland. But for now, I'm going to leave this plantation here because, well, she's doing just fine. Now, the first two missions I get are to start my own quote-unquote trading agreements, which I do. I can click, well,
His Majesty needs money to build a new underwater palace. He wants you to begin growing money. I mean, one of those crops that make heaps of cash.
I love these guys, man. They have really good voice actors, man. I'm just appalled at how great these voice actors are. Either way, carry out His Majesty's wishes, and you will be rewarded with an extension to your mandate as well as your crops. Your mandate will be extended by 6 months. So if we look onto the left here, I have a 3-year mandate as governor of this colony. And if the Regency, or the people that own the colony, I should say, the country that owns the colony, if they feel so inclined to remove me, they can. Or they can wait 3 years and hire a new governor. Well, I don't want that, because at some point in time, I want this island for myself. So we are going to try to extend these mandates as much as possible. There will be situations where we don't. When we have to choose between money and mandates, that is where the kicker comes in. Either way, this music's great. Either way, we're going to accept this mission because, well, it's a great mission. And we're going to try to click the...
Greetings, old chap. Have
there we go.
I got a deal for you today? As Crown Representative, I can offer you your very own trading license.
Such an awesome voice. I'm telling you, man, the voice acting in this game is great. I love Tropico Farm. I really do. Either way, we are going to pick the most awesomest, expensive trade package that money can buy. Wow. Now, I like going against the crown because, well, you know, they can just suck on a bag of dicks. But right now, I really don't have the money or the mandate time to do this. So we are going to buy a platform. Now, with that, I can start looking on the free market for trade. And you'll see in a minute why this is very, 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 very awesome. All right, so a few key points. The dock, it's where the ships come to pick up the goods. It's also where you make a lot of your money. Trade actions, I can look at the trade menu from the dock. My teamster's office moves goods back and forth between the dock and the actual enterprise. So right now, corn and the dock, well, they got a thing going on. And that's really why I don't like my plantations being so close to the dock. Because if the plantation becomes full, let's pause for a second, then what essentially happens is that item will go to the market, fill up the market if I have one. After it fills up the market, it goes to the dock. I don't want that. I want it to stay on the plantation as long as possible. Now, if the teamster's office is in close proximity to the enterprise, which is also in close proximity to the dock, you will get goods to and from the dock a lot faster than if they weren't. So, in the very near future, we are going to destroy this, or I use a better word here, we are going to de-evolve this corn farm and move it somewhere where it'd be a lot more profitable to the item, thereby replacing this corn farm with more profitable ventures. Right now, we're going to leave it where the hell it is because I don't have the money nor the energies at the moment to move it. What I will do, though, is we will build. Where are you? This music's so good. Maybe I can't build it yet. I want to build a market, but since we're so early in the game, I'm not going to have that option. So, nix that idea. And let's move on. Oh, last thing, construction office. What are they for? Building stuff. They're also really good at making sure that your buildings don't collapse. At least in the last, or the other Tropicos it was. I'm not totally sure that this one, it does that, but I haven't played this Tropico in a long time. So, one last mechanic of enterprises that I want to point out is the fact that you have a specific education level needed for occupation levels. Right now, the education of this construction office requires that all their workers be illiterate. This means you don't need a high school education. As a matter of fact, you don't need a grammar education or an elementary education. If I go to the build menu and I look at research and education, you can see I can build a high school, a college, and an observatory. I can also build an elementary school, which is not here. Now, I did pick for my research menu the sickle. This is actually very important because at my enterprises, such as this one, I can upgrade the technology at that area, which would effectively increase the effectiveness each month after the unit is upgraded by a maximum percentage of 100. That is pretty good, and I want to get that in this run. At least in this specific go at it. So let's go ahead and start building stuff. Check the time. Oh, we have time. That is good. I like to keep all these videos down to about close on 20 minutes. It'll make it easier to edit when I edit it. All right, cool. So here we go. And I am all about the symmetries. So let's go ahead and build this one. Right click to get off of the road. And let's build that plantation, right? Sorry, PC's moving kind of slow. Sugar. And we're going to use the scroll bar to move in position. So I could build it here, it would let me. And as long as there's enough plots for the sugar to be planted, it will let you do it. But I am all about efficiency, and this is not efficient. We will build this farm where we get the most bang for the buck. And this is where it is. I'm also about a lot of symmetry. So my road networks need to be symmetric. If they are not symmetric, I lose my money. I also like building things in twos. So we're not going to build just one sugar plantation. We are going to build two. Now, I'm going to build this sugar plantation on top of a very prosperous heap of lumber. You might be saying, oh my God, Speed Demon, what in the bloody hell are you thinking? Well, I'm going to build a lumber mill. And I'm going to build I don't know what the name of it is. It's one of the raw resources. But I'm not going to build it right now. I don't have the capital. What we are going to build our 2 sugar farms and a couple of other things that can keep us afloat. And I destroy that corn plantation. So 1, 2. Lastly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a road that connects them, because without the road, the arrows are red. With the road, the arrows are green. That must mean something, right? Just putting that out there. Lastly, I'm going to increase the speed or the priority at which construction happens at these areas. So this one high, this one high. If I had the dosh to do it, I would do a quick build, but I don't, so I'm not. Let's get out of here. And let's take a look while I press play at the rest of my island. So I have people coming to my island. Oh, look, there you go. Colonial era. We don't have the technology to support, cars, right? Because we lost like the 1600s. So we're using wheelbarrows, and we're using wheelbarrows, and we're using wheelbarrows. This kind of plays into my building strategy early on in the game, and I continue to build that way later on in the game because of traffic congestion that can happen. We'll get into that later. Right now, let's talk about these shanties. These ugly shanties all over my house. These tin can, garbage pail kid places to live with no running water. Other than the fact that your islanders can get really sick, they get really mad. But one of the things that you want to avoid is having a lot of these shanty towns, because what essentially happens is you increase your revolt risk across the board, and you don't want that. So you want to get houses on the go as quickly as possible. The other thing you want to do is
His
you do not...
Royal Majesty has instructed me to present you with this letter of commendation for your achievements in the name of the Empire.
So we built the sugar farm, and now the royal court loves us for it. So what we essentially get a choice. Now, you probably already know what I'm going to pick because I keep singing its praises. And so let's go down the line here. Fresh colonists, well, I don't want fresh colonists right now because I have shantytowns. And the more people that come to my city or my island, without me building more homes, the more shantytowns I'm going to get, the more revolt risk I'm going to get, and this playthrough is going to end real fast. So no, you can increase the mandate. That is actually something that I want. Personal gift to my Swiss bank account. That's also very nice in its own way. But right now, at the beginning of the game, it's not something that I really care to do. And then treasury subsidy. So the one thing that I care more about right now than this mandate extension is money. Money is the root of all evil, but it's also what keeps you afloat. This is what we're going to pick. And for the most part, unless I'm running below 1 year on my mandate, I'm going to pick money each time, because then I can build things faster and get this mission done quicker. So Lord Oaksworth, go back to your place and your regency and tell them I want the dosh. Thank you. Have a good day. Now, back to what I was talking about before I was so rudely interrupted. Money, money, money. Now that I have that $5,000 subsidy, I can start building more homes, and that's what I need. So we're going to destroy some of these shanty towns in lieu of nice home structures. Click residential, click country house, build, build. Right click. Now, I didn't show you up here with this sugar farm, but if you click on the farm, not if you click on it, but you can see the progress of the farm when the construction workers get there by looking at this nice little cardboard looking schematic on the screen. So let's press play so you can see it. Oh, you can also see your workers.
How can I help?
Click on them. I can kill them. I can bribe them. I can banish them. I can discredit them. Now this is actually really cool because when it's time for you to be elected, a lot of times you'll get the option to kill your opponent because, well, you don't have enough political sway on your island for the elections to go your way. But I'm not going to be elected anytime soon because this is a colony. And I want to keep the regency happy. This is another thing that I was talking about with those shanty towns. I am sad. I need a bit of cheering up. I want a disaster. How about no? I can build a shack. No. I have a homeless friend. Even worse, I have another homeless friend. Even worse, I'm looking for 4 walls and a door. In a city. Well, right now we're not a city. So I'm proper fooped. Let's try to fix this problem. Before we do that, let's check this mission. Because this might give us some more dosh. And I could totally need some more money. I totally needs the money.
Technological progress is the path to autonomy, Governor.
We need more scientists to think important thoughts and discover new stuff.
So you can see by their accents where they come from. Obviously, this is an Eastern Soviet bloc woman. I will tell you, it is really early to get Soviet-styled voices in the game. But I like it. Also, I need that library. So, we're going to build that library. Now, the caveat here is she's going to give us more tasks, which means she can also give us more accoutrements, which is what we need more than anything else right now. So let's accept. The other thing I want to do, and I'm really close to ending the first episode and getting on to the second one, is that we decided to take that trade mission, but we didn't do any trading. So let's look at it. We don't have any missions for the team. That is a bummer, because in the one that I didn't record, I did have a really awesome sugar mission, and I could have showed you how you could have exploited this. I really don't call it an exploit. It's actually a product of the game, but right now we're going to have to wait. I'm not going to take any of these missions because I don't like them, and I really don't have anything to sell. So we're going to pass. We're gonna pass. Now, I think this means buy. That means sell. So, when we get there, I'll show you how to make exponential amounts of cash. Right now, I'm going to end it here. It's been fun. I'm SpeedDemon03, and I look forward to seeing you in the next stream. Ciao.